Hello guys, we're gonna go live here where we have a match between official dism, who is otherwise known as Erwin Liana, versus Lukcid Crossli. Right. Okay, so I have the stream advertised. I hope more people joins in here. Alright, we're ready here. So let's see what happened. Erwin have picked up Estelle, getting a juggler for his band, so he's still not running Landius. After talking to him multiple times, he just refuses to play around with Landius, so he really likes this Estelle. It's good against Cavalry Landius, which he has given to Lukcid here. Banning Juggler first, then Ares and Weiler. So Lukcid does get a Liana as player 2. The Act again can come in handy unless it's really going to be rushed by Erwin here. One of the issues with Liana player 2 is when you want to cast multiple skills like Summon Sky Archers, Gospel, and then also want to use Act again all on the same turn, you only have one of those choices. So far, Erwin is picking up Leon and then Zerida. So, depending on what's going to be banned here, and end up with no healers and just rush in. With Leon faction buffed Ares possibly. Zerida is going to get outranged by the Claret. Unless he pushes up very far forward on the first turn. Now the Celestial is also going to be outranging a lot of units here. There are lines of mountains on the top and bottom sides of the map, as well as a number of defensive terrains in the middle. So Celestial pretty good against Rush. So next, Luna should definitely be banned. That can increase Celestial's attack range. So Lukcid ends up with the Iris at the last pick. Iris and Liana is like having two Act against, so I think he's pretty safe from the rush. We'll see how this is played out. Now Erwin does have turn priority advantage. If Lukcid was instead player 1, he would definitely be crushing this ban pick, I think. Instead, this is about even. And I would say it's going to slightly favor Lukcid, just because you can Iris teleport the Celestial, get snipes on turn 1. So how's my volume and the game volume? Are they both good, or should I turn down on the game volume? Alright then. Sounds good. I can turn the game volume up if it's too quiet. Okay, let's see what's happening here. We have the Zerda using Backstab and Shadow Raid. Alright. That Zerda can probably get sniped by the Celestial on turn 1. And teleport the Celestial down and then run along the Lion Mountains over there. So the Ares is actually going single target here. Celestial is still pretty good. Definitely very strong in countering rush teams. Against tanker units like Bracer, Yusuke then that's where like Celestial isn't so good at. Or versus something like Yulia, where you just can't kill them. Now if you can kill these units though, then Celestial is still good. Oh, we're not going to see the turn 1 teleport here. I didn't get to quite catch what other skills the other units on Erwin's side brought. But it doesn't look like Leon got faction buff since he did not use it. Ares might just be using this 3C for damage. Now, Erwin Ares is actually using Angels here, and he's going single target. If you want to do maximum damage, I think you should absolutely take Steel Wings. But I guess he does not have Steel Wings leveled up. For a whale, that's unexpected. There really shouldn't be any other reason to take Angels over Steel Wings here, because there isn't any magic damage that you have to be worried about. Alright, we might see a act again on the Celestial buffless, but so should be able to kill a lot of units. Now, because the Landius used guard skill on turn 1, he does not have the attack buff or the defense buff. So if Peacemaker does proc, could see the Landius going down. I don't have Celestial on my main account, and I don't play with her often, so it's really going to be up to Lukcid to show me how it's done. Moving over here, it does look like it's going to be an act again from Liana. Get a snipe on possibly the Ares, and then retreat a number of steps back. From this distance, unless the Deedlit triggers breeds, oh, it's actually in range without the need of breeds, just because of that Estelle +1 mobility. Alright, so this is going to attack into the Illustrio. Let's see if he does attack using the Grassland or not. He does have Elven Aura, so he doesn't need it. It's pretty good. Not sure what Lukcid was going for there. He probably forgot about the +1 mobility from the Estelle buff. Yeah, I think he only counted the 3 movement from Deedlit and forgot about... Yeah, this is definitely a mistake then, not using any other action here. Not like Lukcid really had any other plays here. The Claret does not have action buff. And if the Claret does attack and trade into the Deedlit, Claret can go down. Ooh, Balance Blade. This is some good stuff. It spreads away everyone from everyone. We should see a Claret move. The Claret doesn't move, it's just going to die to Ares. The Landia still have 1 life left. The Deedlit can't actually do anything here. The Estelle should also be out of range. The Ares should be able to actually move in, strike the Liana. Using the AoE, that should kill the Landius' first life. And do some decent damage to Iris. Alright, that's happening. He's going to strike the Liana. Not going to bother with Noble Charge. Oh, he's going to use Noble Charge anyways. That's kind of a waste. Am I missing something? Is like using Noble Charge supposed to increase our damage or anything? Barely killing the Iris. Yeah, exactly. That was a waste. Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely dead. Well, I also didn't get to catch what sort of weapon that was. Was that Ragnarok or was it... Oh, that was the new axe. I did see that AoE damage proccing the fixed damage. Well, I'm not really sure why he used the single target skill. If this Ares brought the AoE skill instead, and he could have positioned in other ways to one-shot the healers. Okay, so the game is looking like it's pretty over here. There's 4 versus 2. Estelle can do a lot of damage to that Cavalry Landius. Dealet can still heal up some of the damage. Ooh, Leon just goes down. That was a very powerful ram. Ah, well, this kills the Iris. Must be nice having 6-star Dealets. That was quite a fast first match. The game pretty much ended in 2 turns. Only change is the mercenaries. Proposal for Omega. Yep, that was a mistake from Lukcid. I think he should have just used the Iris teleport turn 1. Get a kill with Lustrio that way. Like getting rid of any key target would have been pretty good. Then you keep up Barret against the Zerda. Here's something different. We see a Landius first ban, giving Lukcid the Juggler. Against that sort of team, I think that's what I would do too. It's because of how many legend units are in Luxid's team, like Angelina, Mystery Knight, Claret. Not actually running the Listel here. I also took out Listel. So once again, Erwin is on the Estelle. Also mobility for the whole team. But just look to outrange the opponent. But now Lukcid have a Luna. What I like to do with Luna is just ban out all the physical damage and then you have a raid boss Luna. Now that almost worked out for me today. Until she lost her faction buff. So far I'm not really liking Erwin's picks with the Zerda and Joshua. Joshua, it's very easy to deal with. Unless the Joshua gets one-shots, it's not really that good. Because you just counter Joshua with more healing. If they go in AoE you just go back up, if it's not one-shot. And against the juggler, they have to position very well, so they don't also hit the juggler. Now, the Mystery Knight on Luxid's side can receive a Gospel, while the Claret can receive a faction buff from Luna. Mystery Knight can kill Estelle equally good. Damage is not like that high, but you can still do very good damage to Estelle just because of her low magic defense. This time I quite like Lux's team. This Mystery Knight can receive the Luna movement aura, and Erwin's side doesn't have any sort of magic guard. So if he moves in too close, he could get speared. Estelle cannot guard magic, so Erwin would have to push up the Bozo. But he doesn't really have any good single target healers either. So if he gets hit first, could be really bad. Bozo using Crystal Warlocks on this map is actually really bad. His mobility just gets cut by a lot with all of the water tiles and all the defensive terrain that you have to go through. Yeah, not something that I'd recommend. So, looking at the teams here, what can really kill this juggler on Lukcid's side? Would have to take 2 hits, or possibly more. And that first hit definitely involves Deedlit. If you have this Luna beside the juggler, it could be extremely difficult to take care of this juggler. You could kill everyone else, but everyone else have very long legs here, like a Claret. 10 range. You have the Mystery Knight plus Luna Aura. Like, how can you deal with this? Lux is going to move first. He can even position in a way where he can just strike that Estelle on the forest. That could potentially get the kill there. Now, the only thing that could stop Lukcid here would probably be the lack of magic guard. Since this Deedlit, assuming with a breathe, would snipe off Mystery Knight. But doing so means you don't really have any other ways of killing the juggler. This Deedlit really have to be set in the back, where it can dispel for the team after the opponent's juggler jumps in. So this is game 2. The first game ended in Erwin's victory, so official dism's victory. Alright, so the Luna Aura thus gets dropped. Mystery Knight is in range to attack the Bozo, but I don't think that's going to happen. That attack will likely kill the Mystery Knight. might see a Thunder Zone instead. Mystery Knight with attack buff on the forest might have a chance of killing this still. Without damage up, I'm not quite sure though. Could still possibly do it. Lukcid might just use this Mystery Knight as a bait, get the opponent to move up Deedlit, try to go for a kill, and then kill the Deedlit, and then you can jump in with Juggler. Nobody can do much to the Juggler. So the Zerda is positioned in range to take out the Luna. Looking at that attack, it should kill the Luna. Alright, so if Lukcid positions the Mystery Knight anywhere here, right? So he can choose to not attack and instead attack at the start of turn 2. Possibly sniping off the Zerda first. And then run back to safety using Luna's Aura. This dealer really have to stay out of position as well. Dealer can't really move in. If the dealer goes down to the Mystery Knight, then the Juggler jump in is going to be lethal. So it is a ranged attack onto the Zerda. If Mystery Knight does have the Twilight Star, it would be a very easy kill. Alright, there's a Gospel onto the Zerda. I don't think that really matters all that much. If she had a damage dealt down, then maybe there's a chance. Okay. It's good. Now, there isn't really any good healing on everyone's side. So now you have to basically run down the Zerda and get the trade on Mystery Knight. If the Juggler jumps in, Zerda might just die. Yeah, the juggler AoE should be doing a lot of damage here. Now that Zerda has Last Rites broken, defense is not that high. If he moves Delit here, it's going to basically kill him because the juggler jumps in and you can't do anything about it. Oh no, I don't like this. This could be game losing. You have the juggler jump in and it's all over. No, that's a big waste of Delit. You could have just ran down the Zerda. This puts everyone into water, and there's no way to dispel. There's no way to heal back up either. So what do you do? Everyone's mobility is greatly decreased. Zerda having Gospel means she could still actually reach. Block sleep, that's pretty good. Looks like the water on Juggler did get dispelled as well. Now that is a very tough Luna. Her magic defense is very high. Alright, after dispelling water, the juggler is actually quite easy to kill here. Yeah, we should see a last move, Claret. Does Claret just have to take out the Zerda somehow? Yeah, it's not really looking that good here for Lukcid. The Claret have to keep the Zerda in check, so can't really attack. But he also have to take out the Estelle somehow as well. Alright, just going for it. Attacking the Zerda might kill the Claret here, depending on the animations. Alright, instead just going to retreat. Still in range of the opponent's Zerda. Alright, just going for the safe kill on the juggler instead. Now, Erwin really have to keep the Zerda and the Joshua alive to kill the flyers. So he can just lose them for free. Luna especially is dangerous when you get the Bozo left over. Bozo is not going to do that much damage to a Luna. Now the good thing is these units are still in water, the Bozo and the Joshua, so they can't actually move that far up. The Zerda also used her attack skill, killing the juggler, so there's nothing used if he wants to kill that Luna here. Since Estelle did not clock her Phoenix Wave, she's going to be dead to really anything, but still can stoke up one hit from any one of these units here. Alright, the Joshua breezes and is out of water now. Oh. I think Erwin just wins here, killing off Luna. And then this Estelle can just tank one hit against Claret. Then any of Joshua or Zerda can get the kill on Claret afterwards. Okay, using the Meteor faction buff to heal. This is looking pretty good. That's pretty good damage. Guarding for Joshua. Joshua did not breeze. Let's see if he have the range here. Nope, just barely out of range. Alright, this game is going to be over right here. This Joshua can't really be killed anymore. The Claret attacks into anything, she's gonna die. And moving anywhere else means that Zerda is going to kill the Claret. Pretty good game. So, Erwin actually wins 2-0. I was expecting a game 3, but it's just over like that. Alright, good games. I don't really have anything else to cast here, so we'll see if there's anything else happening here. Alright, the next game be in an hour-ish. Close the time versus Danshin. So I'll see you guys then.